Amanda here.
And Chris.
And Sydney.
And we are going to the North Carolina Zoo today. We're going to check out the new Zoofari, which is basically a bus ride through the African plains at the North Carolina Zoo. It's about $20 a person, so I don't know that we would do this very often, but we're going to check it out today and hopefully also get to check out the new ocelot exhibit. Alright, you guys ready?
Yeah!
So we are here at the North Carolina Zoo at the Junction Plaza where you buy your tickets for the Zoofari. Purchase them right over there. And we are going to do the 11 o'clock tour. We have to arrive at 10:30 to get on a shuttle to take us down to the Zoofari. It was $20 a person.
You guys will have your tickets ready and line up in front of the benches. There's also a canopy to park your stroller, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Did you hear her? She said you're going to have to get out so you can park your stroller. Uh-huh. I hope we're going to get to see some of the little baby elk that are born. Yeah. Little antelope over there, it looks like. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Okay. Sit down. Well, honey, we're not going to let anything get you. Look at all the animals that we'll see.
Southern, white. You can get this one.
Water.
Hey guys, can you guys hear me all right up front?
Buck.
Yep. We'll make sure if actually it's too loud or not loud enough, just let me know. We can always adjust the volume. But I don't prefer the barns that much, so it's just personal preference. And Tom Gazelles, we don't know what they do in the wintertime. They do very well, so we don't have any issues with them. But we haven't really seen any sign of where they spend their wintertime, or especially the evenings. During the daytime, they're going to be out on exhibit, soaking up that sun. So it's usually mainly in the evenings, or it may be just a really cold day.
Look at those white rhinos.
And coming up is our rhinos. They're actually white rhinos, the only grazers in the rhino species. Does anyone know what a grazer is?
Grass.
Anyone guess? Well, actually, grazers are ones that eat grass. I know their personalities and stuff, but when I first started, they all looked the same to me. What I ended up doing is taking pictures of them, especially their heads and their horns mainly, and I started learning their secondary horns because they all are different. And so, because Kid's got a pretty stubby horn. Natalie, she's got a nice, pretty tall secondary horn, and Lynn and Abby, they both kind of look stubbier, but they look different now than they did when I first started, because they like to rub on the cables and trees and stuff like that. Done his job, we'll say. He's attempted, but has not been very successful. So we're just not very hopeful at the moment, because it doesn't seem like any of the girls have even shown any interest in him anymore. You can probably, I don't know if you can hear him, you can see his mouth getting wide open because the girls are getting a little too close to him. But yeah, Kid and Natalie are, Kid's around 13, no, she's around 16, I think, and then Natalie's in her 23 or something. So they're about the same age as Natalie. Well,
Ooh.
can anyone guess their lifespan?
About 50.
50s. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Abby's still our baby, as you can see, but she's our biggest girl. She's at, can anyone guess actually the range, or how much they weigh? Huh?
5.
A little more than that. A lot. Hey, no cheating. Yeah. Actually, it's ranged about 3,000 to 5,000, roughly. Abby, she's our biggest girl and our youngest. she's weighing around 51 to 5,200 pounds sometimes. Yeah, she's a big girl. And she's the one standing in front, so you can see she's just really tall. Lynn and Abby are pretty tall, and then Kit and Allie are shorter ones. That's another way you can tell them apart. And then we have an old girl, her name's Olivia. She's in the back, and I'll talk a little more about her, but around 3,300 pounds. So you can kind of guess the range. They're all, Natalie, she's 3,500 or 3,600 pounds. And she's actually a really good weight. Kit's like a 4,200 or 4,300 pounds. She's a little chunky, but she's cute. She's her thighs, and then inside their front legs too.
All right, pass it over.
Yeah.
That's a huge tooth.
And then,
Is that elephant skin?
you know, like when the rhinos don't really keep their horns.
Crazy.
You can see some of the rhinos, they get. Do we ever go back? Nope. Thank goodness these guys. Yeah, coming up is Rhino Shelters. We had this built a couple years ago by maintenance and design. The reason we got this building built is actually extended the rhinos' time out on exhibit. Plus of alfalfa, and you can see they're up in the shelter right now.
Look. Look at those big horns, Sid.
And since Cootie are here, let's talk about them just a little bit. We have one male and 5 females.
Yes.
Hoping that we have at least 3 that are pregnant. So expecting some calves within the next couple months.
Look at them all coming out. Wow, look at those horns, Sid.
There she comes. Last time she actually came up to the bus and walked all along it, so just try not to touch her, don't make too many sudden movements, and she'll probably come up pretty close. Yeah, since she's very tractable, a lot of the other ones are really not. Rosie, the one behind her, she's a little more calmer, but not able to do a whole lot of work with her. But Twix, I've been able to do a lot of different behaviors, like having her target my hand and touch along her body, working on lifting up her feet.
Oh wow, look at the
and working on ultrasound, and currently working on blood draw. Currently, I am feeding her produce. We do use produce for training, like sweet potatoes and carrots and grapes and apples. We do have a lot of calves, and so we had to be kind of a little more creative about what to name them. Let me put it back over here. But so we had different things. And so one year we had Candy. That's where we got Jelly Bean and Twix. And Bug actually was a vehicle. And we had a vehicle theme. And I just poured just a little bit of sweet bean and calf mayonnaise, another treat they really like. And I was hoping she'd get behind the bus a little bit. There. But if you guys, if someone else, you guys want to take turns and come back here, you're welcome to. And see her, just be very careful and slow. The females are always usually tagged on the left, while the males are tagged on the right. And the thing was because, men are always right. Isn't that funny? Ha 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 ha.
No, women are always right.
Oh, I'm with you. Oh, now.
What do you think so far?
But coming up on your right, you'll see
I don't know.
the areas is where we created a wallow for the rhinos.
Is that an ostrich
They're
feather?
not the brightest things in the world. Kick, and actually kick in front, and you'll see that big old claw will actually can take down a lion. So, yeah, they can be a little dangerous. Yeah, you can see down her skirt,
Holy
can't you?
cow. Look at that egg, that ostrich
Why
egg.
she does
2
it.
dozen
Well,
chicken
when they do
eggs.
get hot, they'll actually extend their feathers straight up.
How many eggs?
2
And
dozen
then
chicken
probably looking
eggs.
for more grapes.
One ostrich egg is what that.
And they'll actually lift their wings up barns. This is what I was talking about earlier. This is
I don't know that I want to stop right here.
We'll actually pour grain next to
I
those
don't
2 barns back there.
Pearl.
And we'll come down and open the gates for the antelope to come in to eat their grain. And it's kind of like a concert sometimes. Like, they're all like waiting in line to get to the grain. So it's kind of fun to watch.
Oh, she's flapping her
I don't know
wings.
what that was. It's getting all weird on me.
Yeah, she is.
She's like, I don't want people here. Why you got
You can see when she does the little wings like that, like it's kind of like a flirty behavior.
Oh, yeah, you lost your
I
balance,
just stepped on
didn't
a
you?
rock, might have hurt a little bit. But we do have
Oh, Chris, look at her.
where we have our office.
She's just
So
flapping them.
this is the breeding season for them. And sometimes they
God.
lay straight down, you know. And so, hopefully she doesn't do that. But, so we have our treatment barn, which, oh yeah, she did it.
She just laid down. Right.
But we also have the annex, which is another new barn. And this is where we actually house Stan and Olivia. These 2 are
Isn't she
retired.
funny?
Stan is 46 and Olivia is 48.
I mean, she's just flapping her wings
So,
the whole time.
And they have an awesome place back there.
While she's,
Each
like,
have their
eating.
own stall, their own paddock. Their paddocks are huge, at least over an acre big, large. And Stan has a Facebook page. If anyone's on Facebook, just check him out and be friends with him. He'll wish you a happy birthday. So, he actually talks a lot about conservation and stuff that's going on with rhino poaching and things that happen at the zoo too.
Don't make it a flirt.
And we're gonna have to, yeah.
I think that's crazy. She's just like, wait, where are you going?
Each species on this exhibit does not stay in a herd. They kind of just go their own way. And so these guys are the ones we definitely need to know each individual because that's how we count them. Most of the other animals you can count 1, 2, 3, 4. Other ones you gotta know each, like the fifth time you gotta know each individual.
We got it flicking its tail.
How we can tell each of our tags. They have tags on their ears. However, when you, like, I've worked with them so long that I don't really necessarily need to look at a tag, so I like to look at their bodies or their face. They're all different. And here's one of our address, our new closer, you know, when I hang out with her, they actually do tugs for a few weeks, which is very difficult. Because these guys, while like our kudu and fish, they'll hide their calves in the back somewhere behind the cable and stuff. The orcs will just have their calves in the middle of the exhibit. It makes it more difficult because, especially when the grass gets too tall, it's hard to look at every little spot on here. One year we couldn't find this calf, and what we ended up doing, having to walk and have the grid, and so we had to get on foot and search for this calf, and thank goodness eventually found it, but it took a long time. Those are the French-eared orcs. Yep, we have like the dog. Can anyone guess the purpose of those black markings underneath their eye? What's that? Sun. It's actually like, well, yeah, kind of reflects sun, just like football players do. So, one of these.
Oh wow, look at him running.
Where's she at? She's not quite here yet, but her name is Brisket. And so that year we had, we decided to name the orcs calves pieces of meat. That's where we got came from El Paso, Texas. And these two right here. So the reason there's a little comment about this bus, they were introduced with like a bus over there where they were at. But these guys are awesome. So we just introduced them last week. And they seem to kind of form their own herd. They haven't really spent a whole lot of time with the rest of them. These guys can run pretty fast too, about 30, 40 miles per hour. They do little zigzags kind of to deter the predators from chasing them. And they're kind of cute with those little floppy ears. But we have 3 of them, like we have Riesling, Chardonnay, and Shiraz. Guess the names of those?
Wine.
Where they came from? Exactly, wine. We decided to do alcoholic beverages. I like the name.
Little Thompson's
King was that
Gazelle.
We got Dotson, Miata. And on our right,
Look at all their
the
tails.
brown females. Well, actually, there are 5 females over there. There's a Lechway. And these guys are another aquatic species. They spend most of their time in the swampy areas, muddy, munching on aquatic plants. We only have 5 females. I found out recently we're hoping to get some more females than the males, so we can have this, so we can breed these herds too. We did actually used to breed them years ago, but we only had one that would actually produce a calf. So these guys are just getting too old. The reason it's always good, at least for the
Get on the road, guys.
yeah, the address kind of got really comfortable with the bus too. So on the water hog, all males. Like each zoo has a you know, a little bit of both. They have some breeding herds, and they'll have some bachelor herds, and that's just like we do too. So our water bucks, we have 11 of these guys, and what's kind of cool about them, they actually have their coat is waterproof, and so they have the smell to them, which actually the predators don't really like to eat their meat, so they're kind of lucky that way.
Hey guys, it's Amanda here. We just finished our Zoofari tour. There were actually 2 tours today, one at 11 o'clock and one at 12 o'clock. They only do 2 tours between May and October 31st of 2016. Not sure if they're going to continue it or not. This was a new thing that they offered this year. It was $20 a person. It was a little bit pricey for what we got. It was an hour-long tour, and there was a zookeeper on board who was giving information about all the different animals. I think there were about a total of 8 different animal species. They have gotten a couple of new animals that aren't yet up on the tour list. But I think overall it was a good experience. It was just a little bit much as far as the cost goes. What did you think, Chris?
I enjoyed it. It was a little long. I think with the loop that they have, you could have done that loop in 30 minutes. Hour was a little long because basically once you get out on the course or the trail they have set up, you can see all the animals from the get-go. So, you know, the only thing you're gaining by moving is you're getting closer to the animals. So, you know, if they would have moved a little quicker, I think that would have been a little bit better.
What did you think, Sid?
I like the ostrich, and Mom was scared of them, but I liked them, and we got to pass around a feather and a ostrich.
Yeah. Yeah, why was Mommy scared of them?
Because they might peck you in the face.
Yeah, because they kept coming really close. Alright guys, well thank you for joining us on our Zoofari trip at the zoo. We hope you enjoy. See you later. Bye.
Bye, guys.